In the year 3035, humanity had reached far beyond Earth, joining an interstellar community known as the Intergalactic Alliance. This powerful union of planets and species revolutionized science, technology, and exploration across galaxies. At the heart of these groundbreaking advancements stood the Stellar Academy, a colossal structure floating above Earth, a prestigious institution producing the galaxy's finest explorers, scientists, and warriors. Among the gifted and formidable students at the Academy was Mia Anderson, a 16-year-old human girl, grappling with the harsh reality that she was, by all measures, average. Her brown hair and hazel eyes might have seemed ordinary on Earth, but here, among vibrant luminescent beings and cybernetic organisms, they made her painfully unique. Each day at Stellar Academy felt like a test she wasn't prepared to pass. In astrophysics, complex theories eluded her. During zero-gravity combat, she was no match for her enhanced peers, who tossed her around like a ragdoll. Her human reflexes couldn't keep pace with alien agility. Mia's only solace was her friend Zorak, a telepathic Martian with green skin and large, compassionate eyes. But even Zorak's encouragement couldn't shield her from the jeers and taunts that echoed around her. "Hey, human, do you even know what a quark is?" sneered Rella, a girl from the Andromedan cluster, her metallic sheen a stark reminder of Mia's plainness. Humiliated and feeling inadequate, Mia's eyes stung with tears. She lowered her head, sinking further into doubt, unable to keep up in any way that mattered. But just when she thought things couldn't get any worse, an encounter beyond imagination awaited her, a meeting that would ignite something deep within her, something powerful. A destiny she'd never dreamed of was calling, and Mia's life was about to change in ways she could never comprehend. The voice called to her, louder and more insistent, urging her forward. Professor Tallis stepped aside, a gentle nod encouraging her to approach the pedestal. "Touch the star core," he instructed, his voice a steady anchor in the whirlwind of Mia's thoughts. "Trust yourself and let its power flow through you." With a mix of fear and exhilaration, Mia reached out. The moment her fingers brushed the star core, a surge of energy coursed through her body, warm and illuminating, filling every fiber of her being. Her mind flooded with visions, ancient warriors, guardians of the star core, each transferring their knowledge, their legacy, their power. It was overwhelming, yet clarifying. Her struggles, once insurmountable, now seemed like essential steps leading her to this moment. The power within her wasn't for personal gain, it was a gift meant for the protection and advancement of all. When she opened her eyes, Tallis was smiling. "You've taken the first step, Mia," he said softly. "The road ahead will test you in ways you cannot yet imagine. But remember, true power is as much an inner force as it is a tool. It's what you choose to do with it that matters." Mia nodded, a sense of purpose blossoming in her chest. The hesitation and doubts she had carried for so long now seemed distant. She was ready to face the universe's challenges head-on, strengthened by the star core's power and guided by those who believed in her. Leaving the hidden chamber, Mia glanced at the stars outside the Academy's windows. They seemed to shine just a little brighter, as if mirroring the light now sparking within her. She was no longer the struggling girl from Earth. She was becoming something greater. Back at the Academy, however, her transformation hadn't gone unnoticed. Mia's rapid improvement became the talk of Stellar Academy. She was no longer the underdog. Her classmates now viewed her with a mix of awe, curiosity, and, in some cases, jealousy. Krell, the towering cyborg who had relished belittling her, was especially bitter. Mia's success was a bruise to his pride, and he was determined to uncover her secrets. One day, Professor Tallis approached her with a look of both pride and concern. "Mia," he said, his voice laced with a sense of urgency, "there is something important I must show you." Following Tallis down the Academy's labyrinthine corridors, they arrived at a heavily fortified door. With a simple wave of his hand, Tallis deactivated the security, leading her into a chamber that seemed untouched by time. Inside, a glowing orb sat upon a pedestal, pulsing like a living heart, the heart of the star core itself. Tallis explained, "This artifact holds the collective wisdom and experiences of every guardian before you. It's a guide, a wellspring of power, and a test of your own spirit." Mia felt her hand drawn to it, her fingers tingling as they made contact. Instantly, she was overwhelmed by memories not her own, ancient battles, surges of courage, flashes of fear. She felt the weight of a legacy beyond herself, realizing her powers came with both a gift and a burden. But among the Guardian's memories, one figure loomed, ominous and corrupted by the power he wielded, a reminder of what she could become if she failed to control her own strength. Talus placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. The Star Core is both creation and destruction. It must be wielded with vigilance, for only those strong enough to resist its darker temptations can truly honor its legacy. Mia's resolve strengthened. She left the chamber, ready to harness her abilities with both strength and caution. But lurking in the Academy's shadowed corridors, Krell watched her, his gaze intent and filled with a dangerous curiosity. The following day, Mia's team was tasked with navigating a simulation through a hazardous asteroid field. As leader, Mia coordinated with precision, guiding her team flawlessly, until the asteroids began to shift erratically. Krell had hacked into the simulation controls, using his cybernetic enhancements to disrupt their mission. Focusing on her connection to the Star Core, Mia heightened her senses, outsmarting Krell's sabotage. Her team completed the simulation unscathed, while Krell's team faltered. The Academy's instructors praised her leadership, but Mia knew Krell wouldn't stop here. Later, a message arrived from Talus, summoning her back to the hidden chamber. This time, Talus was not alone. Several senior instructors awaited her, their expressions solemn yet proud. "Mia," Talus said, "the Star Core has chosen you, and today you proved your worth. It's time to embrace the full weight of this power, with all the wisdom and responsibility it demands." As her advanced training began, Mia immersed herself in the Star Core's mysteries, deepening her connection to the artifact, honoring its legacy. She was becoming not only a warrior but a guardian, guided by the strength, courage, and humility that true power required. Despite every obstacle, including Krell's relentless interference, Mia's confidence and abilities continued to flourish. The path ahead was sure to be filled with dangers and unknowns, but with the support of her friends, the wisdom of her mentors, and the power of the Star Core, Mia was determined to become the hero she had always dreamed of. Standing beneath the vast expanse of stars, she felt an unshakable peace and purpose. Her journey was only just beginning, and she was ready for whatever awaited. Her advanced training intensified, guided by Professor Talus and the Academy's senior instructors. Each day she grew stronger, learning to channel the Star Core's energy into bursts of light and force, mastering skills of protection and healing. Her combat abilities sharpened with every lesson, and she felt herself becoming more attuned to the ancient power within her. But beneath her progress, Krell's jealousy simmered, a dark shadow that refused to fade. Krell's resentment only deepened with each of Mia's successes, and his desire to bring her down grew. His past sabotage attempts had failed, but Krell was not one to give up easily. One night, a loud explosion tore through the Academy's halls, shaking the walls. Alarms blared as students fled their dormitories, panic sweeping through them. Outside, the sky glowed with an eerie red light as fire and blasts tore through the Academy. Mia sprang into action, quickly donning her combat gear. As she turned the corner, she found Zorak, his face tight with worry. "It's Krell," he said telepathically. "He sabotaged the defense systems. We have to stop him." With her heart racing, Mia nodded, the mix of fear and determination blending within her. They maneuvered through the chaotic corridors, helping other students along the way. When they finally reached the control room, Krell was standing amid the wreckage, his cybernetic enhancements glinting ominously. He had activated energy disruptors, throwing the Academy's systems into disarray. "Krell, stop this!" Mia's voice rang out, steady despite the turmoil. "You're endangering everyone." Krell sneered, his face twisted with malice. "You think you're special, Mia. But without the Star Core, you're nothing. I'll prove it." He lunged forward, his cybernetic limbs moving with brutal speed. Mia braced herself, drawing on the Star Core's energy to meet his strikes. Sparks flew as they clashed, Krell's rage-fueled strength contrasting with Mia's calm precision. Though his attacks were fierce, Mia held an advantage he lacked, the balance and wisdom instilled by the Star Core. Her movements flowed with purpose, each step and strike fueled by the guidance of those who came before her. In the middle of their struggle, Mia saw it clearly, Krell's desperation, the dark anger clouding his every move. It was his weakness, and she knew what she needed to do. Drawing inward, she tapped into the deep well of knowledge from the Star Core's past guardians. A calm authority settled over her, and she spoke with a steady voice. "Krell, this isn't the way. Anger and jealousy won't make you stronger. There's another path." Krell hesitated, his eyes flickering with a moment of doubt. But his anger surged once more, and with a roar, he charged at her. Mia held her ground, raising her hand as she channeled the Star Core's energy into a protective shield. Krell's fist collided with the barrier, the impact sending a shockwave through the room. The force threw him backward, crashing into the ground, dazed. Stepping forward, Mia placed a gentle hand on his chest, letting the Star Core's healing energy flow through him. A warm, golden light enveloped Krell, softening his anger and soothing his pain. His enhancements short-circuited, and he slumped to the floor, unconscious but alive. As the alarms quieted and the chaos subsided, Mia looked around, her heart pounding. She had stopped Krell, not with violence, but with the true power of the Star Core. Zorak approached, admiration shining in his eyes. "Mia, that was incredible. You saved us all." She smiled, feeling a peaceful warmth within her. "I couldn't have done it without the Star Core, and without all of you." As the Academy security team arrived to take Krell into custody, Mia knew her journey was far from over. She had proven herself, not only to her peers but to herself. The days that followed were filled with repair and rebuilding. Mia continued her training with renewed determination, her focus set on mastering the Star Core's power and embracing the responsibilities that came with it. Her classmates, once dismissive, now looked to her with respect and admiration. She had become a beacon of hope, a reminder of what perseverance and heart could achieve. And as she stood beneath the stars once more, gazing out into the vast unknown, Mia knew her true purpose had been revealed. She was no longer just another student. She was a guardian of the Star Core, a protector of the galaxy, and a hero in her own right. Her journey had just begun, and the stars themselves seemed to shine brighter, reflecting the light of the hero she had become.